what we have here is something potentially very interesting. It is a Panasonic portable stereo component system, which is basically a fancy name for a boombox. Model number RX-C46 of metal, full auto stop, soft eject system, which basically means this. Over here on the tape deck, it doesn't just immediately fly open. It's got a little spring in there that releases tension. But anyway, it's just a boombox, so what makes this so interesting? Well, it's a boombox without built-in speakers. It would have come with speakers when it was new. Unfortunately, I didn't get the speakers. When you consider what I paid for it, well, oh well, you can't really get everything at that price. So we'll just take a brief little overview here. Like I said, I already showed that off. Here are the tape deck controls. There's pause button, stop and eject, although the only button, or the only indication they show you is the stop. Fast forward, Q, rewind, and reverse. There's a reason why they say that. So when you push play, like so, they are right, this is a soft touch mechanism. You can't just push play and then, push fast forward and expect that it will work. If you push and hold it, you will get fast forward, or queuing, I should say. And the same thing is true with reverse. So we'll go ahead and we'll eject this as well. They say one-touch recording. So we depress that and we push the record switch. You can see the play switch also comes down with it. You can go ahead in here and have a look. Looks like it's in fairly decent shape. Definitely seen a little bit of love, but it's not too terrible. I'd be very surprised if this is AC bias. I bet it's just DC bias. Other things we get a headphone output up here, power indication, FM stereo tuning indication. I will admit this has got me a little confused. I don't really know what this is. Mode/BP. We get mono/2, stereo/1. Tape, normal or metal. Dolby noise reduction. I believe that's Dolby B. At least that's what I would guess. We get a level meter with 5 LEDs, which are coincidentally not where any of the indications for actual numbers are. If you'll see there. There's a 3 here, but there's no LED. The LED's down there. So that was brilliant. We get a 5-band graphic equalizer. And there is a little click when it returns to 0. 100, 330, 1000, 3300, and 10,000. Tape counter is down here. Here is the balance control, and again, there's a little click where it's at 0. And a volume control. Go back up here, here's our selector as well as our power switch. Line CD phono, the radio, and of course tape or power off. Band switch, internal microphone, external microphone port, the tuner, which as you will see here is quite unfortunate. This worked in the store, but when I brought it home I found that there was a problem. That doesn't quite work, does it? No, not really, but there's your tuner. It actually tells us what it tunes to, 88 to 108, and 525 to 1610. Of course, you get your carry handle. Not a whole lot on the sides. Here's our antenna, which somebody has broken. We get, this is your right speaker. You get 2 of these. One for both sides. You can use regular speakers with this, and I think this is what the speakers would have used that came with this. External FM antenna connection, a line output, line in CD phono with a switch to go from either phono input or line level input. There's a ground for your external antenna. Right here is where the batteries go. Usually these kinds of things take, about 6 D-cell batteries. Yeah, look no further than this, is this one takes 8. So it really makes you wonder if anybody would ever have splurged to put 8 D-cell batteries in this thing. Here's an information plate. You can see it runs from 120 volts, about 25 watts. 8 D-cell batteries for 12 volts. Is that actually 12? Yeah, that would be 12 volts. Or a DC input at 13.2 volts. There's an FCC ID, Matsushita Electric. There's the serial number. There's your AC and DC input. I did not get the DC input, but I did get the AC power cord, which is good. And of course, risk of electric shock, do not open. But guess what we're going to do? Oh, we're going to open this thing, because I want to see if I can fix that tuner. Okay, so I located all the pieces. That came apart rather violently. No plastic got broken in the process of doing this. Unfortunately, I did find broken plastic. The issue is here in this tuner. This is how the dial works. Now, I found 2 problems with this. Number 1, and this is the biggest one, this little piece here is broken. And not just that, but I'm missing a piece. I can't find it in the unit anywhere. So, obviously this has been broken for a while. Now, I'm genuinely curious, because the other problem I found, and the reason why this was just spinning freely, is because this little black piece had just popped off. I'm curious if I can tune this without the use of this little piece here. If this doesn't matter. So I'm going to find out right now whether that is the case or not. Okay, so I just had to look at the VU meters, where I plugged it in and looked at the VU meters and tried tuning it. It looks like I can use this without this little tuning thing here. So that is good. Now, I have to put this back together. Okay, after some stupidity involving this power bar, actually the power extension cable that it's plugged into, you can see I've got speakers hooked up. These are 6 ohm speakers. On the back it said that it would work for speakers anywhere from 3 to 8 ohms. We're going to see if that's actually true. So let's put it into radio mode. Put it into radio mode. Looks like we're all the way to the right side of the band here. We'll raise the volume. Both channels work. Our EQ seems to work. Let's try tuning. Now this obviously isn't going to be much to see. Wow, that's very wide stereo effect. Let me turn that down a little bit. Mono on FM? Wow, interesting.
If the feeling fades, it's time to think about it.
Now, 997.com.
Se volete andare in vacanza in un paradiso.
If I miss a shot, me, Alan.
Beautiful song. How hard is it for them to do?
Puis après, ça prend un...
And that's pretty much it. So we'll go over to AM here. Wow, that's not very wideband. That sounds very narrow to me.
everyone around you are protected.
It's not
Get your
too
flu
bad, I
shot at
guess.
Rexall. Together, we can reduce the risk of flu. Get your flu shot anytime, any Rexall. Find your store at Rexall.ca. Rexall, your pharmacy, your way.
Certainly some joking. There was certainly some making.
Alright, that's pretty much it for that. Let me see if I can find a line level input. Alright, got a line level input plugged in the form of this little external radio. Seems to work very nicely, actually. So, I'll mute that before I get my video muted. Anyway, let me go ahead and we'll test out the tape deck next. The tape deck I don't really think is going to be anything that's terrifically special. We'll turn the volume up a little bit, and we'll push play. Again, this is a very quietly recorded tape. But it's working nicely. Here's how the cue functionality works.
In the halls, they tease her. So, high school.
Unfortunately, you can't do that with it. Where you push the pause button and the speed increases. That was a really fun thing to do, but can't do it with this one. I'm going to find somewhere to record so we can test out the recording functionality. Just a little interjection here. I figured out what the mode switch is actually for. Let's have a listen.
What's the principal doing with her? Who's that now?
I don't know if you can hear that.
Is he screwing with her? What's her perfume?
When I hit this button, in mono mode, it comes out of the right channel. Only. In stereo mode, it comes out both channels. Okay, I found a good place to actually record, so I'm going to do just that. This is a test of the Panasonic RX-C46 Boombox with the internal microphone. And now, with an external microphone and a little bit of feedback, because why not? Okay, so, here we go. Now let's go ahead and have a listen to that. This is a test of the Panasonic RX-C46 Boombox with the internal microphone. And now, with an external microphone and a little bit of feedback, because why not? Okay, so I am quite impressed, actually. The internal microphone kind of sounds like blah, but this appears to be an AC bias unit. We'll have a listen to that again. Whoops. This is a test of the Panasonic RX-C46 Boombox with the internal microphone. And now, with an external microphone and a little bit of feedback, because why not? So there's a little bit of splatter there. It might be DC bias, but for being DC bias, if it is, that's not bad. So, I think that's pretty much going to do it for my video of the Panasonic RX-C46, Boombox. So, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off, and I hope to see you next time. Till then.